What's that? A 46-second cut? Oh my gosh, we're ahead of schedule. I think that's what that means. Welcome in everyone to the Australis Shield 2026 quarter one. I am, as is already written on your screen, but just in case you have somehow accidentally turned the stream on, it's playing in the background, you can't actually see what's going on. You're like, where are these voices coming from? I am Steve7, joined by Debbie Pebble. Hi, Debbie Pebble.
Hi, Steve7. How are we today?
We are well today. For those that don't know, this Australis Shield tournament is something that happens about every 3 months. We actually have to rush a little bit because the battles are going to start in like literal minutes. So
Excellent.
let me just do a quick little speed run of sort of what this tournament essentially is. First off, actually, what would be good to sort of know is that the Australis Shield is this, I'll pull up the shield right now. Basically, It's this tournament. Actually, you can't really see that, can you? Hang on, let me make it a little bit bigger. Okay, now you can actually see the shield. Battlers from all around Oceania compete in an Open Great League tournament in each sort of meta in each season. This is the Precious Paths season to get their name on the Australis Shield. Anyway, we can... Get this off the screen. Anyway, all in all, you know, they gather points through the season as well to grab. Hang on, let me pull out the Nabet trophy. I think it's around. Okay, here it is. The Nabet. It's a little bit small again, isn't it? Hang on. Yeah. Okay. All to gather up points to put their name on the Bennett Trophy at the end of the season as well. Okay, can we get that off the screen? Thank you. And yeah, that's basically the skinny. So again, we're speed running. They're already like locking in and whatnot. So
right.
we might come back and discuss the format of the tournament, how the battlers have competed a little bit afterwards. But essentially, neither of them have picked teams yet. I think we can do the 5 seconds, the 5 second skinny. First of all, these are all of the battlers that were competing, and you can see sort of how they qualified. Anyone is able to join the tournament as a wildcard entrant, but it does mean that you sort of have to play a few extra rounds. Whereas if you are at the very top, for example, Zetab, who won the previous Australis Shield, he sort of progresses further on into the double elimination bracket and gets to skip a lot of the work involved. Now, luckily, we've actually earned a little bit more time because Fortois and Jamathi have had invite shenanigan issues. So we're luckily, we're rock and rolling. So as you can see, these are all the battlers competing. It is some of the best of the best. Of course, we've got Zetab, someone who's been to the World Championships before. Seb Nemo, an incredibly strong battler that is relatively new to the play Pokemon circuit, but certainly well known in the grassroots. And we've got Jay Tisler as well. Jamathi, who literally just won back-to-back regional championships. I mean, it says here that he qualified from being Brisbane Regionals top 8. So he's
Bambos, come on now.
I mean, to be fair, I think this might have been the qualification for the season, and Auckland and Sydney might actually contribute to the next season's Australis Shield, I think.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough. But
yeah,
that's funny.
I think that checks out. So I think Jamathi's already like well and truly locked himself in for the next one as well. But, you know, and down the list we go. And so from all of this, we can sort of see how the bracket has sort of gone on. So you can see there are a lot of buys, and that is essentially to manufacture these buys that you get from higher performances. You know, if you win a large local, you progress further into the bracket than if someone won a small local in Oceania. But that's basically the skinny. So here we are joining in. There's, 5 battlers, I suppose, remaining. We, of course, have Zetab hanging out, waiting in the winners semi-finals with Pokemon Master Spud and Shawnell on the other side. And then we have Fortois and Jamathi that have still got to battle in the winners quarterfinals for a spot in the semis as well.
Yes. So for those that can't see, we're looking at round 4 and the second one down for Jamathi and Fortois, and whoever wins out of that will be versing Zetab in the semis. And yeah, then after that, semi-finals into finals.
Yeah. I don't know what's going on, by the way, because I looked at the battlers' screens and Jamathi just caught a Shadow Dino. So apparently he's just decided that he's got to do some rockets right now. He doesn't really have time for this tournament. He's actually currently purifying it. Fortois is currently sitting on the map while Jamathi is purifying his dino.
Should we just message them lock in, boys? Let's get it going.
Oh, and then he transferred it. Maybe he's going for XLs. He's trying to build a Hundo Dino for Great League, maybe.
Maybe he's doing it for a quest. Like you have to purify something. Like
is that a quest going around at the moment?
Leveling up, perhaps, or just one of those like long-term ones. The non-timed research. Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, mate, maybe he's one of those guys that like he's sitting on a whole lot of Team Rocket research, and now he's like, what
Mm,
was the last Rocket leader, big guy? What did we get from Giovanni last?
I could not tell you.
Was
I
like
could not
Thunderous
tell
or
you.
something? I
Yeah, sounds about right.
feel
Let's
like
just go with that.
okay,
He
let's
really wants all the thunderouses.
big Thunderous fan, famously our Jumothy. But what we can do in the meantime is actually take a look at the teams, because
Mhm.
I guess that's what we're going to see eventually. Maybe I should be sending a message. Oh, they're both asking where to start whenever I assume things are set up now. Yeah, they're set up, guys. You
Yep,
can go.
yep, yep.
So these
Uh,
other two teams, again, they've had to battle through quite a few opponents on their way here. We have Jumothy with the
mhm.
Shadow Annihilate, Gorgeist, Guzzlord, Chargebug, Empoleon, and Licky Licky. But what's Greg got over there, Debbie?
It's got a Corviknight, a Pangoro, a Jellicent, a regular Credilli, Empoleon, and Wigglytuff. Yay, Wigglytuff.
Good to know that Wigglytuff has still got some shooters out here. Although Jumothy was the one that was running it on both of his regional championship teams, so he's
Yeah.
apparently like ditched it entirely, and he's gone for something completely new here. Actually, Debbie, like I mean, look, he had Licky Licky and Empoleon and
Yes,
Annihilate on
that's
his
it.
squad. I think the
Oh,
other
yes,
three are
Annihilate.
all new.
They are very new. So the Chargebug, the Guzzlord, and the Gorgeist now. Gorgeist has come into popularity of late. It is something, well, a particular Pokemon that is intriguing to say because it is Ghost and Grass type, but then it has Incinerate, which, boggles my mind.
Yeah, I mean, if you think about it, right? Like, say something like Corviknight. Corviknight, you've got access to flying type coverage with Air Cutter. You've got dark type coverage with Payback. Theoretically, both of those look really good into Gourgeist, but you have Incinerate that is doing super effective damage right back. It really adds up. You've got charge attack damage that, well, I guess you're going for Shadow Ball, which is neutral into Corviknight, which still adds up quite a bit as well. And Incinerate is pretty quick energy generation as well. It is literally, if you look at the numbers, damage per turn, energy per turn, it is the best move in the game. Speaking of best move in the game, the best move you can make is jumping into the battles, and a little bit of lag off rip, but we do have Chargebug into Jellicent to start us off.
Yeah, this is not looking good for Fort Wide, but it decides to stay in against the Chargebug here, so it's going to take all this super effective, fast move damage, and like you mentioned, a little bit of lag on this side. However, Fort Wide has now got up to the Shadow Ball.
Yeah, I am assuming that the lag is on our end, not theirs, so no need to worry about how the battle is going at this point. But this is obviously a good matchup for Chargebug, and so Fortois has to swap out into that Wigglytuff, where, this damage isn't going to be super effective and take it down a whole lot of health. So Wigglytuff is going to be able to, it's pretty bulky, even without throwing the Icy Winds, it's doing pretty well. Not exactly where you want to be up against an Empoleon, though, because you may not have any big, super effective charge attacks to worry about, but a Hydro Cannon is such a hard-hitting move that it feels like it's super effective.
Yeah, Jabberthy could actually stay here for quite a bit. The metal sounds obviously will slowly chip away at this Wigglytuff, so he could gain a lot of energy here. It's actually now up to almost 100 energy, but Forward is able to get to the Swift here to try and deliver some little damage.
Yeah, I guess we are just going for a full farm down at this point because Wigglytuff is not going to be able to get to another move, and so we are going to lose a little bit of health to these charms. We don't have a lot in the tank, and there is a Pangoro on Fortois side as well. Now, I don't think that one Karate Chop is going to be enough to KO the Empoleon, meaning that Empoleon will be able to throw both of its charge attacks back to back, but actually, Jumothy going for the hard pivot into Guzzlord, and I really like this play. One, you are saving all that energy on Empoleon so that you can throw it when you actually want to, rather than just feeling pressured, but also you can actually do a fair bit of work even into the Pangoro. It may have super effective fighting damage into you, but they're really threatened by your damage output because it's so squishy.
It is, and look, all the karate chops are definitely adding up on this Guzzlord. Guzzlord is such a bulky Pokemon, and the fact that it is already into the yellow says how much damage this Pangoro is doing. But as you can
Oh,
see, the boost uh, on the Pangoro side. So now going for the second Night Slash here. So this will probably knock out the Guzzlord, even though it's so bulky.
yeah, I mean, look, the boost is really nice because I still don't think that one Karate Chop is going to be enough to KO this Empoleon, but if it happens to be, that would be so massive for Fortois. Do we see a second move come off? It does hang on, and we see the move getting caught into the Jellicent, which means that Pangoro is going to be right and ready to keep on fighting through this battle and try and get some damage off into that Chargebug in the back as well.
Yes, and now Fortwell can go for a surf here, I believe. So baiting and Jonathan actually shielding. So shielding the Charger Bug, and I believe we'll probably just try and Volt Switch down here. So this Charger Bug has quite a lot of energy. There's no shields in play, able to go straight. Oh no! There we go. The Night Slash actually goes off on the Pangoro first.
Yeah, Charge Bug can take this pretty easily though, and we have so much energy on this Charge Bug that I look, Pangoro is a very squishy Pokemon. It does not take hits very well. I think it can probably take an X-Scissor from a Charger Bug. Barely though. And
Oh,
here's the second one, and this is definitely going to be enough to seal the deal, take out this Pangoro. Jamathi, really just a great lead, a great swap, and able to keep on the pressure all game. I really don't think there is a whole lot that Fortois could have done to get that game back, to be honest with you. Maybe he should have taken a lesson from the ultimate RPS player in Jamathi with that Wigglytuff.
oh, are we calling Jamathi the ultimate RPS player? I don't know.
I mean, look, the guy has done pretty well with Wigglytuff and Annihilape core in 2 regionals in a row. You've got to give some level of credit to that, right? He knows how to read a team.
I thought someone else on this stream was the ultimate RPS player here, but yeah.
Oh,
anyway.
is Will D here in chat? Oh,
Oh, someone else that has made a toad scroll.
I'm not sure what you could be referring to. I guess that
No.
mystery will just be left up for Mystery Inc. In the meantime, I guess you have to think, if you're Fortois, how do we come back from that one? We saw the Charger Bug, Guzzlord, Empoleon combo coming in from Jamathi, which, to be honest with you, makes a lot of sense. Charge Bug looks insanely safe into Fortois' team. Like, what do you use into Charger Bug?
I think the correct swap was into Wigglytuff because the bug type damage is not super effective towards fairy type. So I think that was good, but maybe a swap too late. Perhaps maybe straight into it instead of having that extra damage in the beginning on that Jellicent. I'm not sure. I think I thought that would have been a straight pivot out, but it was a bit of a latent pivot later. So perhaps that might have changed the game, perhaps not. But the Icy Wind was launched on the Empoleon, so might have helped in the later game.
Look, in some sense, it was always going to be tough. I know Pangoro does actually look quite strong into Jamathi's team as well. I mean, to be honest with you, as long as Pangoro avoids the Annihilape, you kind of have play into everything. Even that Charge Bug. I mean, Pangoro's deficit in that game was the fact that Charge Bug had 2 charge attacks ready to throw into the Pangoro. There were no Protect Shields remaining to sort of keep it safe. Because when were the shields burned earlier on in the game? Actually, we are going to be jumping in to game number 2. We'll see how they have adjusted. Again, Jamathi is up 1-0 in this best of 3. And again, the lag seems to be on our end, not theirs. So Charge Bug into Credilli though. And this is a bit of another interesting one where a Rock Tomb does do a lot of super effective damage to the Charger Bug, but Charger Bug hits back pretty decently with X-Scissors.
It does, and we have acid on Fort Was Credilli here as well. So, it does, it's already chipping in a little bit. The X Scissor is super effective against the Credilli, so it's already into the yellow. We'll see. Oh, and then Jamathi going straight into the Empoleon, which is an interesting choice here. Fort War going straight for the grass knot instead of baiting with the Rock Tomb. And Jamathi no shield, so it'll take a little bit of health here. Oh, back to the yellow.
He might have been trying to bait out a Pangoro with his Empoleon switch because he's now sort of thrown out his best Wigglytuff counter in a sense into the trenches and is going to have to face down this Jellicent where it doesn't do that amazing, unfortunately. Jellicent is a great sponge to just eat up all of these drill pecks from that Empoleon. While Jellicent, at this point, you can just throw one single surf and that would be enough to KO this Empoleon alongside all of these hexes along the way. But you can get a little bit of extra farm for your trouble before you have to throw.
Yeah, you can see that Jamathi was trying to get a swap and trying to get that Charger Bug onto this Jellicent, but didn't quite make it there because the Jellicent did get to the surf in time. So now this Charger Bug can come straight out and hopefully farm down as much as it can. But Fort was already at another surf. Jamathi has 2 shields in play. Does he decide to shield here? Decides to not shield and let it go.
This is bad news, Debbie, because look at the back line. Jamathi is holding on to a Shadow Annihilape, and there is a Wigglytuff in the back for Fortois. Fortois has not seen the Annihilape yet, so we might not know how important that Wigglytuff is, but as soon as this Charger Bug goes away, I mean, Fortois has just won this battle on the spot. There's frankly nothing he can do. He's throwing his energy into this Credilli. The Wigglytuff reveal is about to come right on out, and there is not a lot of health on that Charge Bug. Worse, Debbie, there are 2 shields on this Wigglytuff. Charge Bug can throw this energy. It's going nowhere. All of a sudden, Wigglytuff is just going to be a stone wall. Fortois is sitting there hoping that it is an Annihilape in the back. And there it is. There's the reveal. There is frankly nothing that can be done unless this Annihilape had to be running close combat and Fortois decided to, just for a meme, not click the shield button. there was nothing to be done. It was maybe I'll take the comment back about Fortois maybe needing to learn a thing or two from Jumothy on the RPS front, because clearly he knows how to do some alignment gaming in the back.
Look, a Wigglytuff with 2 shields is Debbie's favorite play. So let's go. But yeah, again, it was very, very alignment heavy, like you mentioned, with the Annihilate and a Wigglytuff, and that it wasn't revealed until late just means that unfortunate for Jumothy's side of things, because if it wasn't the Wigglytuff, would have had play with pretty much every single Pokemon. Because it was the Wigglytuff, it was just nothing you can do with shields. It's a pure charm down.
I mean, that was the decision point on Jumothy's end. He brought in the Empoleon, sort of, again, I imagine hoping to bait out that Pangoro, and maybe just thinking that Wigglytuff wasn't going to be in the back. Which, obviously, in the first game, Jumothy did bring that Guzzlord, so maybe, I don't know if it's the safest call to say there was going to be no Wigglytuff, but it definitely seems to be the call he made, and unfortunately, it just wasn't the right one this time around. Fortois, I'm sure, was just licking his lips when he saw that Annihilate actually coming out. And so, I guess going into game number 3, the sort of decisive game number 3, they both have to make that similar call. Do I think the Wigglytuff is coming? And do I think the Wigglytuff is necessary? And here we go. We have the Pangoro straight into the Licky Licky, which is not where Jumothy wants to be, a fighting type into a normal type, not where that Licky Licky wants to be at all. But at Debbie, it gets worse. There's also an Empoleon in the back, which is also bad into Pangoro. He's ABA weak.
He is ABA weak here, so he has to stay. So I think that's already information for Fortois to be like, okay, a bit unusual. Why is this Licky Licky staying here? But did do a little bit of damage to bring it down a little bit. Now they've both swapped into, respectively, a Charger Bug and a Wigglytuff on Fortois' side, and the Charger Bug did go first, so it has a lot more energy than that Wigglytuff, but Fortois actually is able to go for the Swift first here.
I like this play from Fortois, because what he's doing is sort of saying, like, look, I think there is going to be an Empoleon in the back. I really don't want my Wigglytuff to get stuck into that guy later on. So let me just throw it out now, or it can sort of play a little bit more of a neutral game, still quite strong into the Charge Bug on the whole, and really just trying to set himself up for success in that back line with that very bulky Jellicent and that Pangoro as well. And sort of shielding up here, because he doesn't actually want to lose alignment into Jumothy. He knows that that's not really his best course of action, and so he's now going to hope to get a Charm down, but unfortunately there's going to be a charge attack coming up first.
Yeah, and Fortois actually decides to shield the Wigglytuff here and protecting it, because I think, trying to think maybe like the extra charms might do a bit for later down the track. It is met with an Empoleon, and he's able to go for another Swift here. The Swift won't do too much damage, but it will chip away this Empoleon, and it's just going to look I don't know how Jumothy's going to pull it out from this one.
Look, he has a Jellicent that does not want to see any sort of action from this Empoleon, but he sort of has to, because Pangoro is even stronger into that, into the Licky Licky in the back, and so I suppose he's using this Jellicent to soak up the energy from the Empoleon and try and find that path to success, because again, these Drill Pecks will slowly add up into the Jellicent, but he's going to have to throw at least 2 to actually get through this matchup.
That's correct. And Fortois actually going for a Surf there instead of the Shadow Ball. And that means that Jumothy has used one of his shields, actually going for a catch. And this Surf will land onto this Licky Licky, which is, he's got to do something to try and pivot and try and get his way out of this.
Yeah, because it is the Shadow Ball Licky Licky, there's no way that you want your Jellicent to have to fight that guy, so you have to bring in your Pangoro, knowing that it is actually getting quite low on health as well. Get the attack boost though. This could actually, I was going to say this could be the opening that Fortois needs, but there is so little health under that Pangoro. This Body Slam is going to do all that Licky Licky needs to. We get one move off, and with the buff from that Night Slash, this Night Slash probably might be enough to KO the Licky Licky and bring us back to that Empoleon in the back.
It does. It takes out the Licky Licky out. It means that Empoleon is back in. It's able to get one metal sound off. The Karate Chop did land onto the Empoleon, and Empoleon does have a lot of energy here. We'll just have to see if these Drill Pecks are enough to take this Jellicent out.
Yeah, 2 Drill Pecks is going to be more than enough. If this Jellicent could get closer to a Surf, 1 Surf is all they would need to take out that Empoleon. But unfortunately for Fortois, Jumothy is going to get that second Drill Peck, take out the Jellicent, and move on into the winners' semi-finals of the Australis Shield. And look, if Fortois is going to lose to anyone, it makes sense to lose to a 2-time champion. And not only a 2-time champion, a 2-time champion in this meta. And not only a 2-time champion in this meta, but a guy that's won 2 tournaments in the last, let me just check my watch, month. I think he might be in
Not
form.
wrong there. He might be just a little, just a little. But well done to Fort. I think he played very well. Came back in that game too, pivoted out, and yeah, just in game three, all the stars were aligned for Fort, and I think Jomathy just managed to really hone in on, cultivating energy and also saving his shields to later. So really well with energy management in that game three.
Hmm. Yeah, I think that it was
All right.
also
Good luck,
sort of.
guys. See you later.
Oh, bye, Greg.
Hi, Greg.
I forgot that like literally anyone can also cameo on this stream. Maybe I shouldn't be advertising that.
Ooh.
Also, I feel like I've been clicking server deafen on some people, and they are gonna have to. They might find themselves with some consequences later if they try and join a voice call in this server. But that sounds like a them problem and a later problem, and I will say it was not me. You'll back me up, right, Debbie?
No. I mean, yes, absolutely. Always will back you up.
Getting
Always
mixed
a supporter.
signals on this one.
Mixed signals, me
So
never.
let's just move on, I guess, and see who we are going to be seeing next. So again, if we come back to the bracket, now something that astute viewers at home may recognize is that this bracket has not updated. And that is because it's actually just a screenshot that was taken before this stream started, meaning that it won't actually dynamically update. But luckily, Debbie, I actually have what is known as a hot fix. Are you familiar with a hot fix?
Yes, I am familiar. How will you hot fix this this JPEG here?
Okay, so basically what we're gonna do here is we're gonna Jomathy, and then we're just gonna sort of squeeze that into the little bracket down here, and that looks like a good bracket to me, don't you think?
Yeah. We can see definitely who progressed into the semifinals via that hot fix. I think you have done incredibly well to fix this.
Thank you. You seem to have put some emphasis on the word fix. Is there something behind
sorry.
that, or?
I may have a speech impediment.
Oh, is that all?
Maybe.
Okay, well, I mean, if that's it, that's fine. Like,
Okay.
we can deal with that one.
Yeah.
But that is the battle we are going to be seeing next as well. It is going to be Z-Tub versus Jomathy. I believe we are going to switch sides that they were in the previous battle. So if you're used to seeing that Jomathy guy on the left, think again, because we are headed slightly different this time around. I realize also, because there seems to be this slight amount of lag, that those green bars, I mean, you saw it earlier, Debbie, they worked perfectly when there was no, when it was all working at the perfect resolution. Turns out, when it starts to slow down, it goes away. Also, I should probably turn that off.
Yes.
Spoilers.
Yes. But at least we know each one is on the correct side, so that's good.
Yeah. Anyway, we have Z-Tub versus Jomathy. Z-Tub, a team that we haven't seen yet. We have the Altaria, the Furret, the Shadow Marowak, the Charjabug, Empoleon, and the Azumarill. Obviously, there are some big favorites here, but this is a very different team to what Fortois was running.
It was. And look, double water. Interesting pick, having the Azumarill and the Empoleon. Obviously, picking the Azumarill as its fairy pick, which, I'm still a big fan of, but double water just seems a little bit vulnerable. I wonder if Jomathy might consider bringing the Gorgeist into this match.
Well, the problem with Gorgeist is very much that the Incinerate doesn't do a whole lot to that Azumarill either. Furret is also a massive, scary Pokemon because it has that super effective Sucker Punch. Altaria is a little bit scary as well because it does resist Incinerate. It resists Seed Bomb. It double resists Seed Bomb, actually, because of its flying typing as well. And then it also has that super effective Sky Attack to throw. So Gorgeist feels like a very scary Pokemon to bring, which perhaps that makes sense. It is a scary ghost. But what interests me a little bit is that Charjabug, where Charjabug is obviously going to have some positive matchups into the Azumarill, into the Empoleon, your neutral matchup into the Charjabug Mirror, and Marowak, as much as it's a ground type into an electric type, with your bug typing, it's not the craziest matchup in the world. Like, it's not too awful, although Rock Slide kind of sucks.
Yes, and the mud slaps will add up as well, but again, not terrible. Possibly a soft loss, so. But otherwise, very, very good against Z-Tub's team. So I think you're correct in saying that Charger Bug will probably be brought out in most, if not every single match coming up. However, like again, something that we haven't seen thus far, Zeta bringing out the Altaria. Do you think Altaria has much play into Jomothy's team?
Altaria seems scary, and there's sort of a couple of reasons. The first is Licky Licky. Licky Licky isn't actually the biggest scare factor because Altaria isn't that bad into it, but the Guzzlord is not really a very fun matchup either. Empoleon is like, it's actually, Empoleon does win that matchup as well, but we are getting into game number one. We have the Azumarill into the Gorgeist, actually. So I guess we should all listen to Debbie. She knows exactly what is going on in this game, but the Incinerate's not going to be doing very much while we wait for the Seed Bombs.
Yeah, again, the seed bombs are the key here against this Azumarill, and actually Zeta be able to go for the ice beam first. So Jomothy using his first shield to protect the Gorgeist, because that would do quite a lot against that Gorgeist, and actually building a lot of energy here. Going for the seed bomb, it's now probably about two and a half perhaps of seed bombs that are banked up, and Z-Top safely not shielding here because although it's super effective, this bubble mouse can take a lot.
It can certainly take a lot of hits, but its health bar is definitely slowly draining away. The Seed Bomb, it won't KO yet, but we're getting right down into the red on that HP bar, and there's already another Seed Bomb. Maybe I should have given Gorgeist more respect. I know that Rise to Occasion literally won it, won a regional championship with it like a month ago, but this is kind of crazy how fast it can just push and push and push. And even if this Azumarill throws this Ice Beam here, there's still a shield in tow, and Gorgeist already has another move. This is kind of insane.
That's right. Again, that's why I thought Gorgeous might be something that is just when I saw Z-Type team having double water. Hey, look, and look, it doesn't even take out the Gorgeous with an ice beam as well. It still has energy and is able to go for a shadow ball here against this Altaria.
Gorgeist is the greatest Pokemon of all time, and everyone should be running it. Everyone should be running it every single game because this thing is insane. But for now, we have the Guzzlord going to the weakened Altaria, which is such an amazing spot for this Guzzlord to be because not only are you taking no super effective damage from the charge attacks from this Altaria, your Dragon Tails are just adding up more and more and more. And the Dragon Breaths, actually, they're adding up pretty quick as well, but you are much quicker to get to your charge attacks than the Altaria is, so you can comfortably throw this Brutal Swing, get this Altaria out of the game, and really just keep applying this pressure onto Z-Tub, who is going to be relying on that Marowak a lot in this game. And maybe it won't be too bad for him, because he has to face down an Annihilape in the back. And Annihilape versus Marowak isn't exactly a lock for that for that Annihilape, sorry.
Yeah, now Jomothy is bringing out the Annihilape and against the Marowak here, like you mentioned, and two Shadow types, which, again, they both don't like fast attack damage because they're both Shadow. So Z-Type safely shielding here this Rage Fist from Jomothy, but it does mean that the Annihilape is boosted now, so the attacks are going to hit a lot harder, but Z-Type is there and can match with the Bone Club, and again, Jomothy respectfully also popping up a shield because, Shadows, they will go down fast.
Yeah, and the charge attacks are coming up here, but Jomothy needed to try and get the catch to succeed because now the Annihilape is going to be going down to this Bone Club from the Marowak, and there is still that little bit of health on that Gorgeist in the back. There isn't quite a move. He needed to survive 2 Mud Slaps to be able to get this off, but unfortunately not going to happen on this occasion. And so Z-Tub actually clawing it back. And really, in some sense, it came down to what Pokemon was lying in the back. If that Marowak met... Actually, now that I'm looking at Jomothy's team, Marowak looks kind of goated. There's actually nothing on there that is like, oh, this would be a really, really bad time for Marowak. It just looks good. Gorgeist is probably the worst, and Jomothy used it all up, beating the rest of Z-Tub's team.
I think that was like really good, insightful play from Z-Tub to possibly just trying to burn that Gorgeist down so then he could actually leave the shields for the Shadow Marowak, so then it could just, run through the rest of Jomothy's team safely. And, with something like a Shadow Annihilate where it does such fast attack damage, the Marowak can hit back because it can get to its charge attacks faster.
Which is nice. I mean, look, ever since the 2020 I guess after the 2023 World Championships, I want to say, is when everything changed. It's when Feraligatr came to the fold. It's when actually that was that after 2024? I'm getting my timelines completely mixed up. I think that was actually after 2024, going into the 2025 season when Feraligatr became the GOAT. Drapion became really good. We are moving more and more into that fast charge attack activation as one of the biggest parts of this game. More charge attacks means more good. And with the recent game updates coming in with the, I guess you could call it another hot fix, completely reworking how PvP works in the app. It is going to push it even more into the benefit to charge attack users because damage registration error is sort of becoming a thing of the past. Well, actually, it's the opposite. It's going to become the norm in which a charge attack will take precedence over a fast attack, meaning that if you're, getting to those charge attacks really, really quickly, that Bastiodon might not be able to take you out with those fast attacks. That's Caleb Peng's big example is the Bastiodon versus Togekiss, where you used to take him out with a Smackdown before they got the move, but not anymore. But it's game number 2, Debbie.
It is game number 2. We are locked in, and Jumothy bringing out the Gorgeist again against the Altaria this time on Z-Tub side.
I mean, come on. As I said, you should bring it every single game, and we are trying to catch the move into that Guzzlord, and we are seeing the Sky-Tap being thrown anyway. But the big thing that Jumothy is going to have to deal with in this matchup is that Marowak. He's going to have to try and neutral his way through. Here actually comes the Marowak, and this is kind of good for Jumothy, Debbie, because he's brought out the Marowak at a point that Guzzlord is a little bit weak, meaning that Guzzlord might not be in the battlefield for too long, which means you can then bring Gorgeist back in and actually deal with this Marowak. And actually, you know what? Brutal Swing does a lot to this guy as well. I actually, maybe Marowak isn't that scary.
Well, Z-Type deciding not to shield here, so let's see how much it does on this Marowak. Marowak does hold, it's into the red, it does have a lot of energy, but it looks like it could just be, a few fast attacks away. Will the Incinerate go and get, no, it means that Z-Type can able to get to the Rock Slide to Jumothy's Gorgeist. Jumothy deciding not to shield, to let it go. It is into the yellow, but does endure.
Yeah, 3-turn move into a 5-turn move, you can comfortably get that charge stack off, which is really nice for Z-Tub. But now, this is where it gets tricky because there is that full health Annihilate swapping into the Altaria, and here comes the Charge Bug. This is traditionally not a great matchup for the Annihilate, but those Volt Switches really do add up a lot of damage, and your counters are being resisted by that Bug typing as well, and so you're just relying on your Rage Fist ramping up and up and up, but there are still 2 shields on both sides here, Debbie.
There is still 2 shields, and hopefully someone will start playing them or save them for the next game. We'll see. But Z-Tub is now going for the discharge, and Jumothy, finally, someone has decided to use a shield.
Yeah, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see the second one come up here as well, because this Annihilate really has a lot of potential to push through this matchup, but he needs to hang on. He's got a Rage Fist ready to go. He can actually counter all the way down here because Charge Bug has used all of its energy, but there are still 2 shields on this Altaria, and they need to start getting burned right now if Jumothy wants a chance in this battle. Here comes shield number 1. I think he's a counter away from the next Rage Fist, and then he can try and go for shield number 2. 2 counters away even, and now it is all down to that Gorgeist in the back. Can Gorgeist throw a move to take out this Altaria?
We'll see in a moment's time. All shields are out of play into this match, and the Altaria is on a move, so it means it can get to the Sky Attack. The Sky Attack is launched here. Jumothy has no shields in play against his Gorgeist that will be able to take it out. It means that this Annihilate can't really do too much, unfortunately, with his Altaria. That means that game goes to Z-Tub.
And with that, I think Z-Tub officially becomes not only the Sydney Regional Champion, but also the Auckland Special Champion. So congratulations to... So Bambos is telling me that is not how this tournament works. And it is actually just meaning that Z-Tub is progressing on to the grand finals of this particular tournament. That makes a lot more sense. I didn't really know how it would work with the prize money and the Relicanth card that he got and all of the other stuff.
The playmat, the medal, yeah, no change of hands, unfortunately.
Yeah, roger that. But we can luckily see the bracket and, oh no, Debbie, it seems like it hasn't automatically updated. What can we do?
Oh, I believe there is someone like a Bob the Builder in chat right now that can do I believe the term is hot fix.
Oh, what is a hot fix?
I believe it's just, it's a tempered fix.
Tempered fix, huh? So let's just put Z-Tub's name right about here. There we go. Yeah. Okay, so as we can clearly see from the bracket, Z-Tub has progressed on to the grand finals, and it does now mean that we're going to be hopping over into the other side of the bracket for the Pokemon Master Spud versus Shawnal matchup, which is one that we haven't seen either team. We sort of haven't been to this side of the bracket before, and I guess some behind-the-scenes shenanigans for everyone at home is that both semi-final matchups were sort of they were going to be home later than the stream was supposed to start, and so we were really just like looking to like, okay, can we stall time? Can we make sure? But Debbie, I think there's good reason. There was reason to wait for this matchup because I'm going to show you the teams in a second, and well, I think there's one Pokemon that's really going to catch your eye. Are you ready?
My eye. Okay.
Okay, chat, are you ready? Because there's going to be I haven't seen this Pokemon in a while. I mean, maybe at the start of the season. And then it just vanished. Here we go.
Vanished?
3, 2, 1. Green swipe. Spoilers. Did you see it?
Not yet. Okay, what am I looking at? Oh, is it the dancing Pokemon?
He's back, baby.
Let's go,
Ludicolo is so back. Okay.
Ludicolo is one of those particular Pokemon that I would have loved to see in Play Pokemon and to see it more of. It just ranked so well in PV Pokers. Well, and I tried to make a team out of it for Auckland with Ludicolo, but I just couldn't make it work. But Shawnal must have something going on.
I think I could be remembering this wrong, so don't quote me on this one, but I have a feeling that Will D was also thinking about Ludicolo when he was building his team. That he took all the way to 9th place at a regional championship. So I think it is definitely a Pokemon that is getting a little bit of buzz here or there, but hasn't actually been brought out onto that main stage, I guess. I realized that we're getting game audio from someone. I've turned it off, I promise. But because also if we're getting the game audio, you don't know what other audio we might be getting. Let's be careful on that front, eh? I think we are actually going to be swapping the sides, which
right.
Luckily, it's really easy for me to do. I just have to do it in 2 pieces. Are you ready for this?
All right, let's go. Magic trick.
The real battle was Pokemon Master Spud having to fight himself the whole time. It's the internal battle we all face on our way to the grand finals. But luckily, he's won that one, which means that he progresses on to the matchup against Shawnal Kuma in the semifinals.
Oh, now I'm just like, whoa, okay. Like, I'm so used to now, like, I was used to the Alola Ninetales on one side, so now I see it on the other side. I'm like, whoa.
Oh, yeah. Ludicolo looks a little less scary, I feel, when he's looking off the screen. As opposed to sort of looking towards the battle. So maybe he's not locked in anymore. This might have been a nerf to Shawnal Kuma.
Yeah, and the Clodsire looking out as well, and the Fireit. So yeah, the only Pokemon that is actually looking towards the screen is just the Corviknight. So
well, the question is Pokemon Master Spud really going to have to worry about that Corviknight? Because there are a lot of Pokemon that can definitely fight back. I mean, Lickily can kind of fight back. The Stunfisk isn't a good matchup. And Polion is, I mean, it's an interesting matchup, to say the least. Annihilape isn't actually that good for Corviknight either, to be honest with you. Those counters and Rage Fists really add up, especially from that Shadow Annihilape. Clefable's pretty good for it, though. Although, you also don't... Well, actually, what moves are these guys running? I don't have
I was going to ask you that as well. Open. Like, do we know the movesets of these players? Because, one, it'd be interesting to see what moveset is for not only the Corviknight, but also the Clefable. Like,
yeah, please hold, because we do have them.
Moonblast?
What I have in my possession, I'm not sure if you're familiar, but I've got one of these devices that has all of the teams on it. So,
I'm surprised you have one. I thought that it might have gone missing at some point.
We don't talk about Brazil. So we have...
Watch out for the bicycles.
Come on. Corviknight is running that Air Cutter Payback. Clodsire is running Stone Edge Earthquake. That Shadow Alola Ninetales is actually running Powder Snow with Chilling Water and Weather Ball. Ludicolo is running Astonish, Leaf Storm, Weather Ball. And Fireit, it's running that normal Fireit moveset of Swift and Trailblaze. No Brick Break in this one. And just for completeness sake, Pokemon Master Spud, on that Clefable, we do have Fairy Wind, Swift, Moonblast. Other than that, everything else is... Oh, actually, wait. This is crazy. Annihilape is not running Rage Fist Ice Punch. Annihilape is running Rage Fist Shadow Ball, apparently.
Oh.
Okay, I'm
I didn't
gonna
even
be
know.
honest with you. I forgot it had it.
Yeah, yeah. That for a second there, I was like, it has Shadow Ball. I'm like, was that an error?
No,
But yeah.
I have completely forgotten this information. We'll see if it's actually accurate. It could have, obviously been a bit of a team oopsie, but we'll find out pretty quick, perhaps, because we do have oh my gosh, an amazing matchup for Shawnol. The Kainto Marowak into Stunfisk. You need to instantly swap out into the shiny Galarian Moltres coming in from Pokemon
Hmm.
Master Spud. If you're Shawnol, you can comfortably farm up, throw a Rock Slide into this Moltres, and you're in a pretty good spot to start. But also, this is not a Shadow Marowak.
It isn't a Shadow Marowak. That is correct. So it's a bit unusual to see here. Again, both very unusual teams. Pokemon Master Spud actually not deciding to shield the Moltres. It did endure, but it is into the yellow and quite low. So it's able to now go for. I didn't see which particular move. It is a Brave Bird, and hopefully it's able to get out from this position. No, it stays in because obviously they swapped into this Galarian Moltres.
Yeah, it looks like. Oh, I thought that Galarian Moltres just wanted to hang out for a little bit and chill, but we are getting another charge attack from that Moltres. A second Brave Bird has almost hit that Clodsire, but not this time around. And so instead, we are going to see a bit of actually an insanely tricky position for Pokemon Master Spud to fight, because we have a Marowak, and there's a Unova Stunfisk, and a Steel type Empoleon in the back. Both of them going to be taking an insane amount of damage from that Mud Slap and an Earthquake connecting as well. This is really, really bad for Spud.
This is really dire for Spud in this position here. That Earthquake going unshielded. They do have two shields in play, but again, Empoleon against a Clodsire, Kanto Marowak against a. It's really, really tough. And look, he can Hydro Cannon. He's like Shawnor still got the shield there. It will bring it down pretty low if it gets to another Hydro Cannon. But again, these Mud Slaps do add up. It's going to take a while to get there. Shawnor is able to go and now get into this Bone Club. Pokemon Master Spud now shielding.
Yeah, and look, it makes sense for Shawnor to start throwing these charge attacks because you realize that there's Empoleon is going to be able to take this Marowak out, and you're going to need to start relying on your Pokemon in the back. That Ludicolo is hanging out in the back, and we are actually going to get to see it grace the battlefield no matter what. And we need Shawnor needs to get two charge attacks off. It doesn't matter what they are, frankly. It can be anything. Stone Edge, perfect. This is one of those charge attacks. Blast Shield coming out from Pokemon Master Spud. Now, all Shawnor needs is to get to a single charge attack from this Ludicolo, and he will win this game before he gets taken out by a Drill Peck. And Debbie, I don't know if one Drill Peck is enough. I have no idea.
I don't think it's enough, but again, I'm just happy to see Ludicolo in play. Like I feel like the Clodsire and Kwak would have done enough up here, but like let's see some Ludicolo action here.
Oh,
And
wait a minute. This is actually
hold
a
on.
really bad spot for Shawn all of a sudden because there is still a charge attack on Spud. Charge attack plus charge attack equals no more Ludic. Oh, wait, it hangs on. It hangs on. But now it needs a charge attack for Stunfisk and a charge attack for the Empoleon.
Yeah, I don't know if the Astonishes will be enough for the Pokemon Master Spud's backline as well.
Ooh.
Now this Empoleon's here, can it endure? Can it get through? Metal Sounds don't, and that means that the Ludicolo is holding on just by a thread. It means that the match goes to Shawnor.
Okay, that was tighter than I ever would have expected. It wasn't just about getting to one charge stack. I'm gonna be honest with you, Debbie. Like, look, often if you're commentating like a regional or something, you just pretend.
Yes.
You just pretend like, oh wait, no, I knew what was going on. I forgot there was a Stunfisk entirely. I was like, as far as I was concerned, that guy was not in that battle. And so all of a sudden I was like, oh wait, Shawn needs to do so much more. And so really came away quite strong. Not only getting the charge attack off to take out the Stunfisk, but Ludicolo proving its bulk in some sense by not only hanging on to the Drill Peck, but also the discharge from Stunfisk at the same time, which is kind of radical.
Again, the large pineapple can do quite a lot.
Yeah,
Like I was so surprised by it. Again, very happy to see it, and it did look like it was going one way, but again, it just seemed like the Ludicolo, maybe the MVP of that one.
Okay, forget everything I said earlier about Gorgeist being the greatest Pokemon of all time. Ludicolo is the greatest Pokemon of all time, and everyone should be using it in every single battle. You can quote me on that till the end of time because I believe it through and through. Now, hopefully it doesn't have to see any of the Pokemon that are really good into it, which in that battle it had to eat super effective damage from two different Pokemon.
It did, and it still did well. So again, Chonal coming with a very interesting, double ground, which was Really, really interesting against Pokemon Master Spud's team. And now I can see the teams have locked in. We have got on Shaunal's side a Clodsire versus a Shadow Annihilate.
And look, this is again actually a good start for Shaunal for two reasons. One, Clodsire can actually win this matchup. It depends on the shield scenarios. Annihilate versus Clodsire, either person could come out on top here. But more importantly, that Kanto Marowak is hanging out in the back for Shaunal, which is going to be really good into the entire back line of Spud again. The Empoleon and the Stunfisk are back. And not only does he have the Marowak, but Ludicolo, which again, can eat a hit from both Pokemon, can also do damage back to both Pokemon. And so I feel like Shaunal is in a really strong lineup position to actually do really well in this particular battle.
Yeah, Pokemon Master Spud now going for the second Rage Fist there, and I believe it was a Ice Punch that was available as well. So perhaps no Shadow Ball actually in play on that side. But we can see, just holding on by a little bit, and we can get to that Earthquake on Shaunal's side, and Pokemon Master Spud shielding there.
This is really huge for him, but he's not revealing the Ludicolo, and I really like this play because Ludicolo obviously. Oh, actually, we're seeing. I'm not sure what was happening on Spud's side there. I don't know if he was waiting or if I just. I feel like he was standing there not throwing counters. But regardless, we have a Rage Fist going into the Marowak now. We get that first Protect Shield out of Shaunal. And now he's going for a full Mud Slap down. And with no shields left on Spud's side, these Bone Clubs are going to do insane damage to both Pokemon. Like, massive, massive, massive damage. This is going to hurt.
This will hurt. There's so much energy on that Kanto Marowak. It is non-shadow though, so it does mean that it's not as hard hitting as a shadow type. However, it's still gonna hurt.
Yeah. I don't think it flips it from a good matchup to a bad matchup at all, even though it is a little bit underwhelming in terms of how much damage it's doing to this Stunfisk. Turns out that 20% attack boost from being a shadow Pokemon can really do wonders for Marowak. There's probably a reason why you don't see the non-shadow very often. But hey, as a bonus, you get to hang on to that Mud Slap and get another Bone Club into Empoleon. So maybe it's not all bad, eh?
No, not all bad indeed. And look, the Ludicolo has full health, hasn't been revealed as of yet. But I think once this goes down, actually going straight for the switch. And now Ludicolo comes out to party.
Yeah, and partying it is doing because we still have a Protect Shield, but we know that Shaunal doesn't need to shield this Drill Peck. He can save this for later. The Astonishes are adding up so much, but you sort of need to throw the Weather Ball here because actually, if Pokemon Master Spud has stopped tapping, he's going to let Ludicolo dance his little heart out, and somehow, someway, we are watching Ludicolo fight its way into the grand finals of the Australis Shield. Debbie, I never would have predicted this at all.
Look, it's just a strong dancer. That's just what happens.
Apparently.
Just gotta believe in the dance. Believe in the dance, Steve.
We should have. And look, normally I would, right? I mean, that's sort of a lesson one in some sense. But with that in mind, we can sort of look at the final bracket before we get into the grand finals. Massive congratulations to the grand finalists, Z-Tarb and Ludicolo.
Let's go, Ludicolo! Into the finals. I hope Z-Tub can dance.
Oh, wait. Okay, there's actually a match review going on at the moment. Which probably makes sense. That Annihilate did look a little bit funky with the fact that it did stop tapping. So maybe just... hang on just one sec. Okay, there we go. We'll put this here instead. That can be...
No. That's true.
We don't know.
Yes. It's like when you get a particular Pokemon and it's a very high CP and you're like, oh, question mark. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, when the mighty Pokemon come out, that is what we're going to start seeing. But look, and thanks to Bamboss for keeping us up to date as well. I can't believe Steve would lie to us. What the heck, man? Am I not allowed to just dream? A dream's not allowed in this universe anymore. Are we killed that much fun?
No, we still have fun. Dreams maybe have been killed, but we still have fun.
It's killed? I mean, come on. Okay, so no matter what, we'll see what the judges do say. I'm not sure who the judges are in this case. I imagine Bamboss is leading the charge. So Bamboss will sort of keep us updated about what does happen. Regardless, we do have Shaunal up 1-0 from game number 1, and it's just going to be a question of game number 2. And so what we can do is, I don't know, can people see this bracket? Can they actually read it? Or do we have to like zoom in a little bit?
I think they'd be able to see it. Like, I can see it without my glasses on my laptop, so surely they should be okay.
Okay, I'm holding my phone screen really close to my eyeballs, just to sort of give a recap of who they had to fight to get through into the grand finals. So Z-Tub, our first grand finalist, took out the great 32, took out the
Ah,
courageous 44,
whoa.
all the way because he got his bye straight into winners round 4, where he took
Hmm.
out Valkyrie. Valkyrie,
Hmm.
what is this? Twitch.tv? Oh, wait, it is. Valkyrie, and then took out the double champion Jumothy on his way. Also, I think that earlier in the stream, I said double Elim. It's actually single Elim.
Ah, there we go. I maybe this is what I need to do. Maybe I need to enter in the next Australis Shield because I'm also unfamiliar of that it was single limb, not double limb. But there we go.
Yeah, I mean, look, I've played it a couple of times. It's clearly just. I don't really have anything to blame, to be honest with you. Like, I wasn't up particularly late. I'm familiar with the format. I've seen the bracket. Yeah, I don't
Oh,
really have a.
oh, well, it's been a while since you casted, so maybe that's it.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's been. When was Brisbane? Like October?
November,
Oh,
November.
the first weekend of November.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Why is everyone in chat saying that you have been lying? What's been going on? What have you lied about, Steve?
I come on. I'm an honest guy. I've never lied in my life.
Uh-huh.
Name
What's your name again?
I hold. At what point? Name a single time in the entire history of our Pokemon Go PvP space that
Uh-huh.
I have told someone, yes, my name is Steve. Answer: never. It has never happened. You have all just assumed, and what has that done? I won't say it on this friendly channel,
I will not say it either.
but you know.
I do, unfortunately.
And that's really all on you,
Hmm.
unfortunately. So, I didn't lie
Yes.
once.
I do love the fact that everyone now has a story with you on when they found out that every single one, and it gets brought up whether it's I'll go to an event or on my stream or like like it just seems to be brought up like when did you find out? And I was like anyway it was OCIC, but yes.
Yeah, OCIC is when a lot of people found out for the first time.
Hmm.
To be honest, outside of Newcastle, the first time that anyone found out was actually the Melbourne Regional Championships in 2022.
Yes.
Because they did print my name on the team sheet, which at the time I was like, man, that sucks. That's
Mm-mm.
how lame. But
Yeah. So but again, as mentioned previously, the first time I met Steve was in Singapore. So throughout the whole entire time, I referred to him as Steve. So if there was an emergency that happened, I would have gone to the ambulance or the doctors and be like, "Help my friend Steve." What's his first name? PvP.
I mean, like I held this for many years in that like more people in my day to day life, more people referred to me as Steve than my actual name. Because more people, I guess I was interacting with more people in Pokemon World.
Mhm.
So like I reacted pretty quick. I know there was soon after the name reveal, like sort of I want to say in jest, but people use my real
Mhm.
name a little bit more often.
Yeah.
And at a Pokemon event, at least at the start, it's not so much. I sort of react to
Uh-huh.
both now. But
Mhm.
like people would call out my real name at a Pokemon event, and I wouldn't turn around because I wouldn't absorb that they were talking to me.
Yes. Yeah.
Until eventually they say Steve, and I'm like, what's going on?
It I find it really funny that in regionals there is I think a TCG player with the same first name and
Joshua Sutherland Smith.
yes, and his name is always in the speakers.
Mm-hmm.
So it's always calling out like Josh S. And I'm just like, do you need to go somewhere?
He must be terrible at showing up to his matches because he does show up on the speakers a lot.
A lot. He must be a very good player.
Yeah. Oh, I mean that too. As far why did you guys meet in Singapore? We both went to the Singapore Safari Zone back in 2022.
Mhm.
It's the only Safari Zone I've ever flown to. I
Mm,
think.
same.
Hmm.
Well,
True.
there hasn't been events in Perth, so we don't have safaris, we don't have regionals.
Yeah. That Melbourne was not in. Oh, wait, I remember we looked this up. Maybe it was in like June or something. It could have been in May, or maybe Perth was in May and Melbourne was in June or something like that. I can't quite remember.
Perth was first, so yes, I think it was.
Oh, Plusonic.
Yeah, I think it
Hello
was
to
in
the
May.
kind Debbie and Steve from 2 weeks ago, from the person who was dressed as Pikachu and Snorlax. Good to see you. And what? I was going to say Melbourne again, but Sydney. But welcome in. Thanks for stopping by. We're basically in a holding pattern at the moment, while there is a review that is actually
underway.
Is there an update on the review at this point? I'm not sure. Maybe Bamboss will let us know. I do see some chatter on my screen, but there's a lot of reading involved, so I might just wait till I get the word. Basically, we are in the semi-finals. We currently have Shawnall up 1-0 against Pokemon Master Spud. Shawnall won game number 2, but there is a match review at the moment because there was a little bit of funny business going on with the Annihilate, so we're just waiting.
I believe a rematch will be allowed.
Rematch, okay.
Dropped in chat, so that means that Shawnall with 1 and Pokemon Master Bud with 0. We're just sorting out the issue with the 8 moveset. Okay.
Okay. So it seems like the accidental registration of Shadow Ball hasn't been picked up before now when it comes to the Annihilate as well.
I see. So we may be still hanging on or going straight into the finals. Not sure yet.
Fair enough. We'll see how it all goes. But TOSL did ask earlier how this format works, by the way. And so I guess just the super quick recap, because they are going to be getting into the battles. Not instantly. It's like we're not in that much of a rush, you know. Let me put basically, to qualify for this tournament in some sense, there are a few different ways you could go about it. You could be the champion from the previous Australis Shield tournament, which happens once every 3 months. You could win a local tournament in around Oceania. They're sort of split into huge, large, and small. I don't know the exact numbers of those. I'm sure Bambos could tell us if anyone was truly curious, but you can sort of get the gist. I think the huge local tournament was the challenge at the Brisbane Regional Championships back in November.
I just put it as like XL Pokemon. Like it's an XXL, it's an XL, it's a large, it's an extra small.
Fair enough.
Is it just not in that kind of format?
I guess we can rename it as such. I'm sure we can make that formal. But then there are a bunch of wildcard entrants that are essentially people that didn't specifically qualify for this tournament that sort of start. They have to fight between themselves, basically, to get themselves a spot in the broader bracket. And so if we sort of bring that bracket back up, which to do this, I actually had to turn off all of my hot fixes. So let me just turn those on real quick. There we go. We can see that there's a lot of numbers that are just in the bracket, and they're essentially just the shenanigans required to push people further into the bracket to give them their buys. The bigger your performance, for example, if you are the winner of the previous Australis Shield, you get the biggest super boost into the winners quarterfinals of this tournament. It's just Open Great League, no specific bans outside of the Championship Series bans. So no Quick Attack Pichu, unfortunately. And then I know that everyone did want to use it alongside their Acid Mux.
Darn.
I know. I'm still waiting to see it in action, by the way, as well. But then it is a single elimination tournament from there. Which, by the way, Debbie, there's still a few illegal Pokemon that Pokemon haven't caught. Like, they haven't put them on the ban list, even though they definitely should not have the moves they have.
Oh, are you going to reveal them, or will they be in a future, video of PvP Steve?
I did bring one to a local one time. I did really bad though. so I did not make a video out of it on that occasion.
Okay, so it might come back then?
I mean, maybe. I guess we'll see what the move updates are going into the next season. Maybe it could get buffed. I doubt it, to be honest with you. I really doubt it. But maybe if it's a big meta shakeup, then maybe there's different Pokemon that become really good, and then maybe it becomes good into the new. It won't be. It's a really bad Pokemon, Debbie. It's so bad. It's so bad.
What are we in? So today's the 22nd of February. So another week and a half is when the season finishes. Is that correct? Third?
Is that it, or is it the 3rd? Oh, because this is only a 28-day month.
Yeah, so the 3rd of March, I believe, is when the change should be, right? So not long now. Yeah, so hopefully there'll be something announced in the near future. Just Yeah. Remember the time that they said they were going to give us like a good amount of time to let us know about the moveset changes, but alas, we'll wait. We will wait.
Yeah, I do remember when they said that. And
Mm.
also, like, I was look, obviously I was really hopeful that they would like announce something at the end of EUIC. Did they
Yes,
announce
yes.
nothing? Like, I'm going to be
I
completely
was
honest with you.
very
I'm
surprised.
currently watching through the EUIC stream. That's sort of what I'm
Mm.
working on at the moment. I've watched all of day one, but I haven't
Hmm.
like skipped to day three, so I haven't seen the end of the broadcast. But best I can tell, there were no announcements. Is that right?
I believe so. Spoiler: Pardo Man wins.
What? Wait a minute. Didn't he just? What? Don't tell me he made his fifth day three in a row. What the gosh darn?
I
How
know
is
you
that
hate
even possible?
spoilers. Yeah, look, I was surprised with two things for EUIC. One, there wasn't a reveal of movesets. Two, there wasn't an announcement of NAIC meta. Because
Hmm.
last time at LAIC, I believe they revealed the EUIC meta. So I was like, oh, okay. It kind of makes me think going, will NAIC have a limited meta? Because it is, leading up
Well,
to Worlds
the
just before it.
tricky thing with NAIC is that it's like it's not even in the next meta update. So like with actually the LAIC meta that was announced with the move update post, right? Because it was sort of in that 3 month period. It well, kind of in a roundabout way, in that they said it was the the 2025 Championship Series Cup, and it was happening at the same time as LAIC. And so I think we could all put two and two together and go like, hey, that's going to be the LAIC meta. Um,
Hmm.
if you didn't believe that, then I think you probably should have put a bit more thought into it. But all
I
that to
see.
say that it was sort of announced with the move update, and that won't happen this time because it won't be until the next meta. So I don't really know how it's going to work. Obviously, they need to announce it early so that people can start
Mm.
preparing. Um, but I guess to be fair, uh, it's also going to be in a new meta, so like it won't mean a whole lot. It'll be similar to when they announced EUIC at the end of LAIC, and it's like, well, there's still a move update to come, so maybe it'll change around.
Hmm.
So I don't
Hmm.
know.
I believe there's an update from Bandboss. The rematch will be fresh teams, and Spud will be benching Ape for one battle. After that, Ape can use Ice Punch thereafter.
Oh, there we go.
So we'll go into game two shortly. I believe both of them are back from their from their break. So yeah, we'll get the matches back up shortly. But yeah, no Shadow Ball Ape, hey?
Yeah, look,
I was really excited.
yeah, unfortunately, we all do have to be disappointed on this one. Let me pull the
Mhm.
teams back up on the screen. Again, we are 1-0 up from Shawnal going into game number two. Now,
Mhm.
I'd have to make sure that the teams are still on the right side because they might not be. Nope, they are. We're all
Mm.
good, gamers. We're all
Let's
good.
go.
They are starting to lock in their teams now. And so, again, in the last time on the Australis Shield semi-finals, we saw
Mhm,
Marowak
mhm,
and Ludicolo being absolute menaces. We saw Spud bringing in two Pokemon that were really weak to both of those Pokemon twice in a row.
mhm, mhm,
So we'll have to see if we see any adjustments going into game number three. I guess the tough thing for Spud is that, say you want to ditch your Stunfisk,
mhm.
all of a sudden, Corviknight's looking a whole lot scarier. uh,
Does.
like a whole lot scarier.
Yeah, I mean, even the rollouts from the Licky Licky, it's still it's still pretty tanky. It can get through quite a bit.
Oh my god, Godzilla 59 has just told us in chat that Z-Tarb will actually win. It's his birthday. Happy birthday, Z-Tarb! Oh my
Oh,
gosh. We
happy
oh my
birthday.
gosh. That's huge. But we do have the lock in. So Z-Tarb will be facing one of these two battlers in not too long as they get into the grand
Mm.
finals. But this is game number two. Sean up 1-0 in this best of three Furret into Galarian Moltres. We do see a switch up from Spud because there is no Stunfisk this time.
No Stunfisk this time is indeed correct. And yeah, Furret from Shawnal's side. So we haven't seen Furret come out as of yet. I'm disappointed though, Steve. There is no Ludicolo in this matchup.
There isn't, but we'll see who predicts what. Because at this point, the Furret is going to be adding up a little bit of swift damage, but we saw Pokemon Master Spud in that last game go straight for the back-to-back Brave Birds. This time, he's going for the Fly Bait, and Shawnal is calling it. He's going, yeah, you're not going to do that again. I'm going to hang on, barely, mind you, and get one more Swift. But at this point, Galarian Moltres, Spud is going to use that Protect Shield and is now going to be able to farm down this Furret.
Is able to. So, actually, shielding there. So Spud first to use their shield, and Shawnal now going for swapping into their Clodsire. And Spud, I believe this one is a Brave Bird.
Yeah, Brave Bird does get shielded by that Clodsire, and so we see they swap into the Licky Licky. This is notably a Shadow Ball Licky Licky, no Earthquake that would be doing a lot of damage to this Poison-type Clodsire. Look, Shadow Ball is still a more efficient move than Body Slam. You are going to be doing a big chunk of damage to this Clodsire. Still, it just doesn't have that super effective punch that an Earthquake might. And so, although by the same token, Earthquake is on the battlefield regardless, it's just that Licky Licky doesn't care too much in comparison.
No, it just bounces off. And yes, it is into the yellow, but again, Licky Licky just able to hold very strong here. Shawnal actually going for the Earthquake, and Pokemon Master Spud actually not shielding. Does that mean this Licky Licky is out? And it does knock the Licky Licky out. It means that this Empoleon has to go against his Clodsire. And Shawnal going straight for the Kanto Marowak here. Oh, looking pretty dire in this situation, Steve.
Yeah, it looks like even though Stunfisk isn't around, this Marowak has no problems finding targets. Although you're going to have to eat a Hydro Cannon, which I guess is one of the few benefits of the non-Shadow Marowak. What is happening at the moment? This Rock Slide is going to be going into this into this Galarian Moltres. The Protect Shield comes up. All of a sudden, Shawnal has so much work to do. I feel like he was in such a strong position, but all of a sudden, Marowak is gone, Furret is low, Clodsire is low, and you need to be able to throw a charge move into that Empoleon in the back as well. He's going to pull something crazy out here, Debbie.
He does, but he also does still have a shield in play, so that might come in clutch in very, very, very soon. Because see Shawnal trying to go for the swap there on the Furret, but was unable to. And Spud now going for the Brave Bird, the Fly here, and Shawnal actually shielding here to protect their Clodsire and just building a bit up. Is he trying to farm down here? I think he's trying to go for a catch, and it's catching on the Furret.
Wait, this could be game right now. The Furret is going to go down after a successful catch. Clodsire can come back in. Doesn't quite get the farm down, but has so much energy that we get the super effective Earthquake into that Steel-type Empoleon. If this KOs, this is game. Shawnal KOing the Empoleon with Earthquake. One Poison Sting, all you need to take out Galarian Moltres. And Shawnal taking out this round 2-0, which does mean if we go back to our really fancy bracket, we can... let me just fix up that... Ludicolo. There we go.
Yeah, let's go Ludicolo in the finals. Let's go.
It is indeed Zeta versus Ludicolo. Well, look, we'll put respect on him. We'll put his actual name in. Although we'll have to make it way smaller to actually fit on the screen. His name is a little bit longer than Z-Tubs. But there we go.
We could always just add some numbers to the end of Z-Tub's username if we really wanted to make it equal length.
Yeah, we could probably make it a little bit longer.
Yeah.
Just to try.
Maybe longer than that.
Longer?
Maybe longer than that. Yeah, longer.
Like.
Longer.
Longer?
Longer. Longer.
Longer?
Longer.
Okay, longer?
Longer.
Okay, longer?
Longer.
Okay, longer?
I think that's enough now. Yeah.
Okay, Zeta versus Shawnal.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay, all that to say, we can bring the teams up. We've seen both teams at this point already, but just for that refresher, we can... different color bars this time around on the little bit of a laggy transition. We have Shawnal versus Z-Tub, and there is a little bit of team overlap. They both have the Furret, they both have a Marowak, but one of them has that 20% attack bonus, the 20% defense... what's the opposite of bonus? Non-bonus. I don't want to say debuff because that... Hey Google, opposite of bonus. Penalty. I guess that could work. Wait, Debbie, I can't hear you. It might be a me problem, but wait, can you hear Debbie? Oh. What happens if I unplug and replug my mic in? Is that going to cause problems? Maybe. Hello? Okay. Hello? Debbie, can I hear you? I can't seem to. Hello? Actually, it's turning green on Discord. No one else can hear Debbie? What's going on? Maybe I'll try dropping from the call. I don't know what's happened because nothing changed. So I'm sure we'll figure it out, guys, at the very least. Classic Steve, what the heck, guys? One job. There's way more than one job in this sucker. Okay. Debbie, hi? I can't hear you. You are lighting up green in Discord. And I could literally hear you before. Are you sure it's not like... I know... I still can't hear you. I don't understand what's happening. Okay, just checking. Like, stream, can you definitely not hear Debbie? Because then, like, if you guys can't hear Debbie, then it's not like my headphones problem. It's my Discord ain't picking up what her Discord is putting down. No, you guys can't hear her. Okay. I'm not quite sure what to do in this instance, to be honest with you, because pantomime time. Ah, this could always work. I'm just going to try and disconnect and reconnect one more time, because you never know when that's going to work. Debbie, hello, test. No, I can't hear you. I'm thinking. What is the go? Okay, really quick. Debbie, can you just call me in the DMs and see if I can hear you there? Just really quick. I'm gonna hang up from this call. This Oh, actually, I'm not hearing the ringing sound from Discord either. Hello, Debbie? Oh, I think my Discord might be busted. Okay, let me just close Discord and then I'll reopen it again. Because, yeah, I didn't even hear the, like, da-da-ding, da-da-ding. But maybe it doesn't do that if I'm on Do Not Disturb mode. Guys, I don't know what's happening. Welcome to the Australis Shield, I guess. Debbie, can you... Oh, wait, no, because I can hear the da-da-ding sounds. Hi, Debbie? Nah. Complete no-go. She is lighting up green, though. Maybe, yeah, I can hear the other Discord sound effects. It's just her. I can turn on video audio. Actually... Oh, because then I can turn on monitor. Okay. Debbie, turn on audio on Video Ninja, and then I will turn on monitor however I do that.
Video audio is on.
Okay, I can hear you. There's a slight echo, but, like, I can hear you.
Okay.
I guess.
I'm gonna hang up DM call.
Yeah. Okay, chat, can you guys hear Debbie? Bingo. This is good news. Okay.
Okay, I think we figured it out.
Okay.
Steve is now Ursula.
Oh, man. This isn't how this stream was supposed to go.
Well, just a classic Steve stream.
Holy smokers, we have to hurry up, though, because Shauna is already locked in. So.
Okay, all right. Go.
Okay. Although it's actually flipped around, so I need to flip the teams over.
Okay, I also need you to share screen.
Oh, right. Oh my gosh, there's so many buttons to click now. Clicking. I'm clicking as fast as I can. Click.
All right, while you're doing that,
Dun.
I will... There is a slight echo. Okay, I'm going to mute myself on Discord in case that helps.
No, I assume it's... Have you, like, got the wrong mic set up in Video Ninja?
Oh, perhaps. Let
That would be my
me.
guess.
Can I change it while I'm
Nah,
here?
you have to like leave and rejoin.
Settings.
I think. Actually, no, you
No,
can.
it's
You
not.
can now. I don't think you could in the past, but now I think you can. I am also sharing
Oh,
my
okay.
screen, and they are also locked in.
All right, that should be better.
Oh
I
yeah, that's
hopefully
way
that's better
better.
for you guys. It
So much
had
better.
two. It had two microphones on. It had my Yeti and my camera mic on.
And now we have two battlers on as well. Z-Tubs fire it into the Corviknight for Shiono Akuma. The Ludicolo in the... I am sharing my screen in Discord, by the way, Debbie.
Okay, I can see it now. I
Oh,
can see
okay,
it
okay,
now.
okay,
I can
okay.
see the Corviknight. I can see the fire. I can
Okay,
see the
okay, okay,
swap out into
okay,
the Azumarill.
okay.
Ludicolo time! Woo!
Okay, we do have the Ludicolo into the Azumarill. We know it's bulky enough that Ice Beam isn't going to... We actually go for the Play Rough, which maybe this is the right play because the water typing probably like resists... I guess, yeah, it probably makes sense that Play Rough is actually the more efficient move to go for in this matchup, which is kind of crazy. Like, inherently, I just feel like Ice Beam must be the way, but on Shauno's side, he has to go for these big Leaf Storm nukes and hope that they land on this Azumarill.
Yeah, we can
Oh,
see
and it does.
does it. Oh, it does. Oh, it takes the Azumarill out of play. And although the attack is harshly fell on the Ludicolo side, it has done its job here. So it can safely just do a bit more chip damage onto this Furret.
Yeah, and it is going to be a chip damage. It is not much at all, but it stalls down that clock, letting Shauno swap into the Corviknight, throwing the payback into Furret. Z-Tub is just taking so many hits here, no shielding, another nuke move. This Furret is getting really low, and now it is all down to this Empoleon. And to be honest with you, the game is not lost for Z-Tub. Now,
No.
is there a really narrow win condition? Oh yeah, it's so narrow because there is still a Marowak in the back. Shaunel has two shields to give to his Marowak. He can mudslap this Empoleon all the way down. He doesn't need this Corviknight at all. it's not looking good.
No, not looking good at all. Z-Tub does have two shields in place. Surely,
Please.
surely this is the time to use it.
Oh my
surely
gosh.
it is. No,
He's addicted to eating nuke moves.
Not shielding on the Empoleon. It's so low in health. At what point? Okay. Let's just shield an air cutter now. Let's just do it.
Oh, Z-Tub. This is not how you want to go. Honestly, there is a universe that Shauno doesn't even have to reveal his last Pokemon here. He's eating the Hydro Cannon.
Look, at this point, Sean was saving those two shields for the next game because he doesn't need it. The Furret will come out here to try and do a bit of Sucker Punch damage. He's able to get to this Trailblaze, but even with the Trailblaze, and yes, this Ludicolo will be taken out. So maybe we will get to the third Pokemon after all.
Can he sand attack down? Can he sand attack down? Oh, we're not going for the disrespect. We're just going for the... Oh, that's fine.
Why would you disrespect someone like that, Steve?
I'm not advocating for it. I'm just saying.
Oh, really? It sounded like you were advocating for it, like from what I heard from over here. I mean, your audio is fine on my end. I'm just saying.
I just thought it might have been the optimal play, but regardless, Shauno dominating that game one matchup into Z-Tub. I mean, whenever he wanted to land a whole lot of damage, Z-Tub just let him. Actually, should probably get clarification. Bamboss did mention that this could be a best of 5 set instead of best of 3.
Maybe that's why the gold screen came up, because it's a full champion set. Like, we're running a full 5er.
The what?
Best of 5 from Bamboss.
What screen came up?
You know how like the transition screen was green before, and then it turned into a gold screen for this one.
Oh, I see. Yes, it is very fancy. But yes, this is a best of 5. So 1-0 to Shauno, but there's a lot of time for Z-Tub to come back. And I guess there's also time to take those sort of risks when you have a best of 5 up your sleeve as well.
It is the time for it. And look, how do you get around the Ludicolo if you're Z-Tub? I think again the it is scary to bring the Altaria, but maybe it needs to be brought out. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, Altaria would like be so strong into that Ludicolo. You resist the water weather balls, you resist the leaf storms. Astonish isn't going to be doing too much to you, while you can just throw those sky attacks doing so much damage alongside your Dragon Breath to the Ludicolo. Dragon Breath obviously got reworked so that it is generating a little bit more energy than it used to in the past, and so you can get to those sky attacks relatively quickly. And to be honest with you, it's kind of just a question of, do you think there is going to be an Alolan Ninetales? Because Alolan Ninetales would be really bad if Altaria came on out. I mean, Flamethrower is at least something you can fight back with, so you're not like you're totally stuck against the wall. But the question is, are you going to survive long enough to actually be able to get that done?
And the weather balls will, I think, pace earlier as well before the Flamethrower is met. So, yeah, it's a lot of pressure if it does meet that. However, maybe it is time to, do some risks, like you mentioned. But Shawnal
Well,
did play very well in that game.
yeah, I mean the other thing you can bring is the Charge Bug. Charge Bug is obviously going to have a good matchup into the Corviknight and into the Ludicolo, which we saw
Mm-hmm.
two of in that last game. And so if Z-Tab sort of predicts maybe Shawnal will do something similar in game number 2, then maybe you could bring
Mm-hmm.
that Charge Bug to try and break up that core. But here we go, the
Mm-hmm.
same lead Azumarill going into a Clodsire this time. There is no
Right.
Sludge Bomb on this Clodsire, so this isn't too bad for Azumarill.
No, not at all. And I think Z-Type heard you, Steve, because there's a Charger Bug and there's an Altaria in the back for him.
He must be listening to the stream. He heard both of our cries. Although he locked in so long ago. Like, I'm being so serious. He locked in ages ago. But the Earthquake is going to be connecting onto this Azumarill, bring it down to almost half health after another couple Poison Stings. And so the question sort of becomes, oh, we see a catch into Ludicolo. And now we're going to see how little an Ice Beam does. It is neutral. Bulky Pokemon into bulky Pokemon. It does not do much for how long it takes to get there. That's like 15 turns down the drain.
It is. So again, I think you're correct in saying that the play rough was the better choice here. And we can see on Shawnal's side, actually,
Oh,
Z-Type go for a catch onto the Azumarill. So that means that this energy ball is going straight into a non-effective Altaria, a Leaf Storm rather. And yeah, look, just a tickle there. And the attack harshly fell. He's locked into this Ludicolo as well. He's just going to have to endure all these Dragon Breaths.
this is actually, no, literally, Ludicolo's worst possible matchup up against Z-Tarv's team. And by swapping into it, by locking himself in, it seemed like a good play at the time because he was able to, eat that energy. But it just meant that Altaria was able to put so much pressure onto you. But Ludicolo was able to get a little bit of energy before swapping away. So let's not be too quick to call it a bad play because now the Clodsire is going to be up against that Altaria, the Stone Edge, ready to fire before Z-Tub's switch timer is up, forcing him to use this Protect Shield to keep that Altaria around for later on in the battle.
Yeah, this Altaria has quite a bit of energy, so Z-Tab shielding and hopefully is able to go for possibly the next Sky Attack and getting enough just before that Shawnal will get to this Stone Edge. Is able to get to the Sky Attack here. Shawnal has 2 shields here, deciding to shield the Clodsire.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. I mean, you're going to be able to threaten this Altaria once more in just a couple of turns, and so you may as well get this next Stone Edge. You're essentially trading shields at this point. You're just, you take one of mine, I'll take one of yours. Let's just get to that fast move pressure scenario. Speaking of, here's Marowak into a flying type Pokemon, and you don't see this every day, but he was able to get a little bit of energy so that when the Azumarill swaps in here, there's already a Bone Club ready to fire.
Yeah, the Bone Club will connect onto Z-Tub's Azumarill, but it will be able to hold on. And this Azumarill has quite a bit of energy as well. So it means that it's able to go for this Ice Beam. Shawnal decides to protect its Marowak here because otherwise, yeah, it will be brought down quite low. But it does mean that this Marowak can just farm down from this range. I don't think didn't get to a move on the Azumarill.
Yeah, and now at this point, there is a Sky Attack coming into that Marowak just before it can get that Rock Slide fired off, and there are no shields on Shawnal's side. Especially not being a Shadow Marowak, it can take that Sky Attack quite comfortably, which luckily, it's almost a good thing for Shawnal that didn't fire, except actually not anymore, because all of a sudden there is another Sky Attack coming in. This Marowak will go down. It is going to be all down to that single little bit of Ludicolo and that little bit of a Clodsire, and between them, they have to take out a full health Charge Bug in the back from Z-Tab, and that is going to be a really tall order.
It will be. And I don't know if... oh, there we go. And Z-Type going straight for the Charger Bug. So the Charger Bug is now revealed and is doing quite a lot of damage against this Ludicolo. Ludicolo is able to go for this Leaf Storm. I don't know how much Leaf Storm will do against this Charger Bug. But we can see it's brought it down to half health into the yellow. And now this Clodsire is back in action. And Z-Type has got a lot of energy on that Charger Bug and going for the X-Scissor here.
Yeah, I have a terrible feeling for Shawnal that Charge Bug will be able to outpace to another Charge Attack, especially with one extra Volt Switch on that Clodsire. If Clodsire could have got to that Stone Edge, that would have been huge, but instead, we've got the X's are connecting into this Ludicolo, meaning we are tying up the Grand Finals 1-1. Z-Tab, he's not taking any big, massive hits in this game. He's back in action. It is time to... Basically, we've just reset to a best of 3 scenario now.
Yeah. Just best of 3 again. But again, great pivot from Z-Tub and bringing out 2 Pokemon that we mentioned. 1, the Charger Bug, and 2, the Altaria. Because again, Altaria I think it's a good Pokemon to bring in, but it does look pretty scary, especially with the Alola Ninetales. Do you think the Alola Ninetales will be brought out in Game 3 from Shawnal's side?
Oh, I mean, it's such a tricky Pokemon to bring when we've seen an Azumarill 2 games in a row. I think it does have quite a bit of play. Obviously, Altaria is such a dominant matchup. Marowak is actually quite a good matchup as well. Fire is actually a pretty decent matchup, I think, too. So to be honest with you, there's actually quite a bit of potential for that Ninetales. You're really just hoping to not line up into the Azumarill because again, I believe this Ninetales is running chilling water and ice weather ball, if I recall correctly. So it doesn't really have anything, and I mean anything, to throw at that Azumarill because it was also running that Powder Snow fast attack. I mean, you don't even have the charm damage to rely on at that point. It's just, you'd be really up a creek, and that goes for Empoleon as well. So it could be strong, but you're taking a 1 in 3 chance that it's really, really bad.
Look, I'm a big fan of rolling the dice every now and then, and maybe this is the time to roll the dice. But we will see what Shawnal decides to bring in shortly, because now that they're 1-1 apiece, it means that both of them need to at least win 2 more matches. This isn't a series of bracket resets, I believe, so it is straight best of 5.
Yeah, I mean, it's a single elimination tournament, so as soon as you lose this best of 5, you are outie bouty, and we get a champion. Outie bouty? That's something the kids are saying, right? It's
the kids are saying.
Yeah, it's all about frame mogging, looks maxing, and outie pouty.
You've just said 3 words that I have no idea. It's a foreign language to me.
Well, I'm just trying to age max on here. But regardless, we do have Shawnal actually locking in for this time. So now we can put all the blame on Z-Tub for this one. But regardless, I do sort of, as I'm looking at these teams, I'm sort of wondering, like, okay, Ludicolo, it's had some good times. It's had some great runs. Is it time for it to run again? Or do we think that Altaria is going to keep on coming and keep on pressuring it? Because in that game, using Ludicolo as that swap was devastating for Shawnal.
It was, but again, Debbie likes to roll the dice. It's even like, look, if Ludicolo, turned up and had a pair of dice in its hands and just dancing along and just dropped it, I reckon it rolled pretty good. Like, it's got rhythm. It's got rhythm. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what he will bring. However, like you said, he's confident because he's already locked in before Z-Tub, so obviously has thought it through. And on Z-Tub's side, well, we'll just see. Again, the Shadow Kanto Marowak, I think, is it is Shadow type against Shawnals as well, so it will do a lot more.
It seems really hard to bring. There's so many bad matchups for it.
Yeah.
It's like you're really just hoping for the Clodsire, but regardless, game number 3, we have the Furret mirror match to start us off. There's that Empoleon and Altaria in the back. No Ludicolo in this game either. Instead, the Corviknight is going to come out to play.
It will, and we'll be in this mirror for a little bit. One has a best buddy ribbon, one does not. So does that mean it does more damage? It does not. We can see that Z-Type is going straight for the Swift here. No Trailblaze here. Just throwing some neutral damage. We are seeing Shawnal actually stay in. No switch out as of yet. Going for double Swift. So it has 2 ready to go and is able to go for this one, Z-Type, immediately, not shielding.
I think if you look at both of their back lines, they're both a little bit hesitant to swap because there are so many ways for it to go wrong. Shawnal, just like he did in that last game, he's willing to take the risk. He swaps into the Corviknight as that safe swap, just hoping that there isn't a bad matchup coming his way. And I would sort of argue that that is what has come out because it is the Empoleon. Empoleon is still going to be taking, technically, you could call it super effective damage from that sand attack, but it just doesn't feel like it when it's not doing that much damage at all. And you would get into these Hydro Cannons so incredibly fast, and look how much damage they do to Corviknight. One more and that Corviknight is done for.
That's correct. And now Shawnal actually going for the payback here. It did have like two and a bit of air cutter, so I was wondering if it was going for a bait there, but no, deciding to go for the payback. And Z-Tub shielding, finally using some shields.
Yeah, I think Empoleon has got a bit of a grudge, being known as a flightless bird against someone just blatantly showing off in front of it. Because here comes another Hydro Cannon. There's the Protect Shield and the payback already coming out. I don't know if Z-Tar was just confident that his Empoleon would be able to take a move here, or if he just wants to, really win this matchup with as much energy as possible. But it does mean we see a swap out into that Furret, and there was the Trailblaze click I think I saw. And so now it's going to be a bit of a game of, does Shawnal want to get that Trailblaze off? And yes, he does.
Yeah, shielding that Furret, and the Furret can now go for that Trailblaze. This Trailblaze will connect onto Impala, and I believe it probably will take it out. I mean, it does have quite a bit of health, but should be able to knock it. No, actually holds on by a little bit, and it means that Z-Type going straight for the swap, bringing out the Altaria here.
Yeah, I mean, this is a boosted Furret now, so this Swift will do a little bit more damage than it did before. Z-Tub now revealing his whole team, and it now makes sense to Shauna why there was no Charge Bug answering that Corviknight as well. Furret going to go down to a couple more Dragon Breath. There are no shields in play, and this Marowak is going to get a little bit stuck because there is not much energy. To me, it seems like there is one path for Shauna to take, and that is catching a move onto that Corviknight. But do you know how hard that is when you're a 3-turn move into a 1-turn move? Apparently not hard enough. It is easy, apparently. Oh my goodness, Z-Tub. Sky Attack going to get caught onto that Corviknight. My goodness.
What a play from Shawnal there, going straight for that catch. And like you said, that is so difficult to do. Zeta went over and over and over the Sky Attack, and to be caught on that Corviknight is incredible. And now that the Marowak can really build up a lot past the Rock Slide here and safely take this Altaria out of play.
Yeah, Altaria going to go down. This Marowak has still got a lot of work to do. There's a little bit of an Empoleon and a Furret to take out as well. You are going to outpace the Furret to get to your Bone Club, but Z-Tub's got catches of his own. Bone Club going to go into this Empoleon, and now this Furret is going to be able to outpace to the Charge Attack, and I think that one Charge Attack from Furret will be enough to secure the knockout onto this Marowak. He just needs to get there before he gets Mudslap down, but I think this Swift should be enough here.
Yes, it's so low in range. The Swift will connect. It also has a same attack type bonus, same type attack bonus as well. So it means that it's able to take it out. So it means that Z-Tub is sitting on 2 with Shawnal sitting on 1.
Yeah, to be honest with you, that was a game that very much seemed to keep going back and forth. First of all, Shawnal made a really nice call in bringing that Corviknight as the swap, sort of, I guess, predicting that there was not going to be a Charge Bug in this particular game, and he was absolutely right. Seeing the Empoleon come out sort of meant that, okay, I'm not getting completely hard counted here. We've got play. We've got room. Okay, good start for Shawnal in a sense. Then Z-Tub seems to have it all locked up. He's got that Altaria facing into that Marowak in a really strong position. And to be honest with you, I think the only way you could call it is a little bit of a misplay from Z-Tub's end, because if you are a 1-turn Dragon Breath user going into a 3-turn Bone Club user and you want to avoid getting your move caught, what you want to avoid is seeing your... you want to avoid throwing your Charge Attack on that 3rd turn, because that is the only time that Marowak will be able to swap out. If you are seeing it only... something's going on. We've lost Shawnal, apparently.
No, that's all right. He's come back.
Oh, hopefully he comes back. But...
Shawnal, it's a best of 5. Come back, dude.
Oh, wait, you actually might be right. That might be exactly what's going on. Will Kujo with the raid. Welcome in, gamers. We're in the grand finals of the Australis Shield and an Australian Open Great League tournament. It is a best of 5 set. Z-Type is now 2-1 against Shawnal, but it seems like Shawnal might have not realized it was best of 5 and just dropped.
I believe I'm reading the chat now. He thought it was a best of 3. Come back, Shawnal, come back.
We need him to come back. And yes, your eyes do not deceive you, by the way, everyone just joining us. There is a Ludicolo in the grand finals of this Open Great League tournament, and it was doing quite well, quite frankly. Really well, in fact. I mean, Toronto lost that last game, but maybe it was only because he didn't bring that Ludicolo, don't you think?
Again, I've said it and I said it again. That MVP, the Ludicolo, needs to come out. Needs to dance on the field.
But as I think I might have not finished my thought from before, but if you're the 1-turn Altaria going to that Marowak, you should quite comfortably be able to throw your Charge Attacks at the time when they are not able to swap out. And so, yeah, a little bit of a misplay from Z-Tub, but luckily he was able to clutch it back by getting a catch of his own onto his own Empoleon. Yes. If he wasn't able to get that catch, it would have been Jova, and Shawnal would be the one that is 2-1 up. But hey, we're still kicking, and I think we've got both battles that have rejoined. They're both sharing their screen. So perfect. Luckily we should be able to get straight back into the battles really, really soon. As soon as they lock in. So maybe I shouldn't have said, with these two battlers, perhaps I shouldn't have said really, really soon. No.
Really,
I'm sure
really
that'll be
not
quick.
not so soon. No, no, we'll find out. We'll find out.
I'm sure
But
it'll be fast. But regardless, we are going to game number 3. And so I think the sort of story, again, for those that are just joining us thus far, the Ludicolo looking very strong. Corviknight, if it can land a payback, has been incredibly strong as well. The first game was essentially a case of Shawnol throwing nuke move after nuke move after nuke move, and Z-Tab just forgetting where the shield button was, and just eating them all in quick succession, and really quickly losing all his Pokemon. And so after that game, Z-Tab has sort of played 2, reasonable battles back to back. No more big energy eating shenanigans, much more dynamic gameplay with catches and swaps and all. And so I'm really looking forward to getting into game number 4, where if I had to predict, Debbie, I really do feel like that Altaria is still looking strong, and partially that's fueled by the fact that Shawnol has not brought that Alola Ninetales once, but maybe that's just
yeah,
what Shawnol wants him to think.
maybe it's all mind games up to this point. But we'll see if Shauna will bring it in, because it is the best thing against this Altaria that is doing a lot of work against the rest of his team currently. So we shall see. But again, like he's mentioned in game 3, Z-Type correctly shielding 2 paybacks in a row, whereas easily would have been, those air cutter baits. And nope, didn't fall for them. Went straight into shielding both. And I think that really helped him to land his Empoleon and just gain so much energy to do so well in that game 3. But again, Shawnal did come back, did do an incredible catch, and Z-Tub, again, like you mentioned, tit for tat, you can do that, I can do it as well. So yeah, incredible match in game 3.
Yeah, definitely looking forward to seeing lock in for game number 4. It looks like we are seconds away. Both players are now locked in. Game number 4 in this best of 5 set. Shawnal up 2-1. Z-Tub up 2-1. If Z-Tub wins this next battle, that is the end of the tournament. We have a Furret into a Corviknight, which is not exactly where Furret wants to be.
But look at the teams there on Shawnal's side. The A9 is in the back here, Steve.
Oh no, he's brought the A9, but there is no Altaria. There is an Empoleon and an Azumarill. These are Alola Ninetales' worst 2 possible matchups. Shawnal is not going to be happy about this later, but for now, the Azumarill swapping in to soak some of this energy from the Corviknight. And if you're Shawnal, you have to be looking at your team and going like, ooh, Marowak and A9 are both pretty bad into this Azumarill. My payback on Corviknight is not going to be able to do anything here either. I just have to keep spamming air cutters, and that is my best move.
You will, and it'll just do, a little bit of chip, and maybe the RNG gods will bless him with a boost, but it is going to be a tough one from this point, and Zeta, I think, just will be able to gain so much
There's a boost.
energy. Oh, okay, we got one boost. We got one boost there. Z-Type now is going for the Ice Beam, so Shauna has to make a decision and decides not to shield. Really, I think that's a correct play here, because really, what is this Corviknight going to do against his Azumarill? And we can see it is going for another Air Cutter here, just to, chip it down a little bit further. It does have the attack boost, so it'll do a little bit more.
Yeah, it is definitely slowly adding up. One more air cutter. It just need it's one more. And that'll finally be enough to take out this Azumarill. That looked like it was actually a potentially charge attack priority as well. This air cutter is going to go through. It's going to KO the Azumarill, and Shawnol's biggest threat is finally out of this game. But the problems are not over, unfortunately, for Shawnol.
No, not here. And we can see the Empoleon comes into play and lands onto the Kanto Marek. So Short going for a straight switch into it. It does mean that Z-Tub, because the Azumarill went out, means that can switch into the Furret. The Furret goes for the Trailblaze, which would have been super effective against the Marowak, and decides to shield on Shawnal's side.
Look, obviously Shawnal doesn't know the matchup. Actually, he does know the full teams now. Unfortunately, he's now sort of doomed his Alola Ninetales to have to face down an Empoleon in the back. By hard swapping into that Marowak, he's put himself in a position where, like, this is a fine matchup. Like, Marowak can fight against this Furret, but he basically needs this Marowak to come out with energy that he can throw into that Empoleon. But Empoleon, Debbie, still has 2 Protect Shields on its side as well. So this is looking dire, and Shawnal needs this Marowak to get to that Empoleon ASAP.
Yes, Zeta managing to use one of their shields, still has one shield in play, and that Corviknight just goes down with the sucker punches from the Furret side. The Furret is able to now get to a Swift here. The Swift has to be fully absorbed on this Shadow A9. We know it will be able to not be like fully taken out, but it does take half its health. And with no energy, it's just trying to get to this Weather Ball to do some sort of damage against his Empoleon, but is not super effective at all, Steve.
It's all resisted. There is nothing this Ninetales can do to this Empoleon. It is all down to this Marowak in the back, but Debbie, there are no Protect Shields remaining. This is a regular Marowak. There is no Shadowed here. Might barely be able to hang on to this Hydro Cannon, but no, it's over. Z-Tub takes out the best of 5 set 3-1 in, quite frankly, a dominant fashion in that last game. That Ninetales completely stuck, nowhere to go, and Marowak just could not do enough to save the side. Maybe, just maybe, if Shawnal let that Corviknight just go down, and just, not go for fancy swaps, maybe he could put the Ninetales onto the Furret, keep his Marowak for the Empoleon, and maybe there would be a win condition. But unfortunately, with how the cards lent, there was just no way that Shawnal could escape. And Z-Tub comes your back-to-back Australis Shield champion.
Look, he had that extra bit of help with luck on his side as it is his birthday again, and was able to clinch out the Australis Shield again, as you mentioned. So congratulations to Z-Tub back-to-back in both tournaments, and played extremely well in those last 2 matches to try and get him out of that tough spot in the beginning.
Yeah, I mean, look, this set very much could have gone the other way, right? Like, Shawnal, again, dominant game 1. Like, easily the most dominant game we saw all day. Because there was just, it was a wrong decision. And I say wrong decision. It's not like you can know, anytime there's a bait versus a nuke scenario, you know that you're going for a little bit of a 50-50. You're playing the odds. But the odds were not hitting. It was, like, Z-Tub was sitting at the poker table and the dealer got blackjack after blackjack after blackjack after blackjack. It was not going his way in the slightest, to say the least.
I'm getting deja vu here, but yes, definitely did not do well on the. No, he did well, but then he didn't do well. But then he went back.
But Z-Dub was able to come back and play a couple really good sets. I look, that game 3, he very much could have lost it, but he clawed it back in really nice fashion, making that really nice catch onto his Empoleon from Shawnal's Marowak, and then taking it all out with, I think a really, a lot of credit is given in some sense to saying, hey, look, the Alolan Ninetales, it could be really good instead of Altaria. Maybe it's time to bring it. But it's really good identification from Z-Tub to go, you know what? He hasn't brought Alolan Ninetales once. My Altaria is so strong. I think that this is the game. This is the time that Alolan Ninetales is finally going to grace the battlefield. I'm going to leave Altaria at home, and I'm going to make sure that I'm ready to go with that Azumarill. And a great call, bringing both Empoleon and Azumarill in this battle, which is kind of crazy when Ludicola's been running around so much as well, and it's literally got Leaf Storm, but hey, that's how the cookie crumbles.
It is. So, yeah, big call from Shawnal to bring that in. Oh, hello, Z-Tub, the winner of Australis Shield for quarter 1.
Oh, you're joking. I can't hear him either. My Discord is apparently mad busted.
Oh, okay. Okay, Steve can't hear you. I can hear you.
What have I done?
I know. It is a Steve problem. It is a Steve problem.
It is a Steve problem.
What is the best way for us to do this, Steve? Shall we do like a 3-way DM? Oh no, that didn't come up through Discord either.
No.
What is? That's all right. I'll just copy whatever Z-Tub says, like a translator.
Yeah. I'm sort of struggling to think of how else to get around it, to be honest.
I'm unsure as well because it's a Steve problem. But let me.
Okay. Here are my possible workarounds.
Okay. Yes.
Number 1, we somehow teach Z-Tub how to use Video Ninja.
Oh, we could do that. Yes.
From experience, this is a little bit tricky on mobile because you need to give it weird permissions, and if you click one wrong button, it's all over.
Are you on mobile or are you on desktop?
Well, we know he's on mobile. He's tapping his phone.
Oh, hello. Oh, hi, Shawnal. Hi. I can hear you as well.
Yeah, well, me and Stream are just in the dark. You guys can hang out.
Okay.
Me and Chad will just chill, I guess.
Do we interview both of them? Is that what we're doing?
Well, I mean, we're not doing anything at the moment.
Okay. All right. Z-Tub's asking if is that it? Like, do we not interview them?
Okay. Can they hear me? Is that?
Can you guys hear Steve? Yeah, they can.
Oh, okay. What if What if they just use you as like a conjugate, and like you just repeat what they say?
Or how do I? Oh. I mean, yes. Okay. Okay. I'll just repeat what you guys say.
Okay.
Z-Tub thinks it's too complicated, but that's okay. Do you want to ask questions and then like Z-Tub will say, and then I'll just I'll just come back to you.
Okay, Z-Tub, first question for you. What is the funniest thing that Debbie would have to say if you said it and had to repeat?
He's saying two numbers and I'm not saying them.
Okay, I assumed that was going to be the case. To be honest with you, I could have said it myself. I guess what the main thing that we want to hear in some sense is one, some sense of how he sort of built this team, where this team came from. And two, his thoughts going into the matchup with Ludicolo and Alola Ninetales.
This is the team from his regional. He started. So this is the team that he kept going, so he didn't pause for me to try. Like, but basically,
give the vibes.
He made this team because everyone was running Empoleon, Altaria, and some other third Pokemon that I don't remember now. It was trying to beat it because he didn't pause, so therefore I don't remember, and you need to pause so I can translate.
I see. I'll pause from
right,
now on then.
No, not you, Steve. Next question.
Yeah, I guess in that case, next question is a sense of sort of how he felt running into a team with Ludicolo, of all things. It's not something you see very often. And now, chat, we wait.
He said that it always sits at the top of PB Poke, so he's seen it on there and had to find a way to get around it. So yeah, Altario. Oh, I see. I see. Shorter's Clodsire got changed over.
What? No, it was always like that.
Ah, the Jumothy special.
Yeah, that's a two-time champion that drew that Clodsire, I think.
He did.
Very cool.
It's very cute.
Well, I guess Z-Tub, any final words for Debbie to say instead? A lot of words.
He says that it's been an enjoyable time and he thanks everyone, Bambos, ourselves, and 6-7.
Okay, well, he's basically done the stream outro for me, so that's pretty good. So yeah, I guess thanks to Bambos again, because he's the driving force behind the Australis Shield tournament. We do appreciate it greatly because it is a fun little event. Thank you to everyone for participating as well. Not only for the on-stream matches, but for through the tournament as well. There were a lot of other names that sort of came up through as well. But Z-Tub is now the back-to-back Australis Shield champion, and if we sort of head back here, let me just get the trophy. I think. Oh wait, did I throw it? Oh, hang on, I threw it. Over here.
Is it over here? Oh no, it's your side. Okay.
Yeah, it's over here. But here it is. Okay. Oh, it's small again, isn't it? Sorry. Hang on. Yeah. Okay. Obviously, there's been some dominant names in the Australis Shield in the past. You can sort of see a real dominant name of recent times, but Z-Tub seems to be making himself a little bit of the big guy on campus at the moment with a back-to-back win, and so it's going to be sort of a challenge for the year to try and take him down, and see who can next put their name onto the Bennett Trophy. But anyway, we can put that down.
Yeah, back in your pocket.
Yeah, back in my pocket. But regardless, I think that is the stream for today. So thanks again to everyone for coming out. And I guess we'll see you for another Australis Shield in approximately 3 months, which, to be fair, that will be around when the Melbourne Regional Championships are. So we'll see what happens with the specific dates and whatnot. Obviously, you know, if you're in the Australis Arena Australis Discord server, that's where all of the big updates are going to be. But rumor has it Steve's special stream starts now. Special stream?
Oh, hello.
I can promise you it's not happening. It is past my bedtime, bucko. So instead, we'll head over to Dark Phoenix and we'll see you guys in the next one. But
if you haven't, drop a like, drop a sub to Steve,
blah, blah,
to his
blah, blah.
YouTube as well, and all his other channels. Bye, everyone.
Okay, bye. And to the VOD watchers, bye-bye as well. Bye.